It's time to play roller derby. We forget what happened before, and we will see what happens now. Namur and Albany are both going for a 3+1, but it's Namur who takes the first lead with number 4, Bigaze. Interesting to know that Bigaze is also playing for Team Belgium. So Team Belgium is quite a good team as well. Immediately we start off with a power jam in favor of Namur. They will do full offense for their jammer, and they will try to pass as many blockers as possible in the amount of time they get for that. And 5 points again for Namur. Also, look at the jammer for today. That is Direwolf. We talked about him before. He is one of the best Belgian refs, and he's one to look out for. Not only refs, not only the players are important, the refs are too. Pulp Eviction off to the penalty box. She's also a player for Team Belgium. Power jam for Team Albany. They have a low block for Namur has a low block for their jammer, so it's a power jam. 2 blockers in the penalty box for Namur. Number 100 has to go as well. That is Guillotine, which is guillotine, which is yes. All right, 5 points on the board for Albany, 10 points for Namur. We'll see what happens. I hope this will be an equal match. Nicely passed there by Dirty Damage. Well, she's not French, so it will be in English. Dirty Damage. 10 versus 14 in favor of the Namur Roller Girls. Off to a great start with this game. 2 power jams and 10 for one team, 14 for the other team. We'll see what happens next. On the jammer line, we have the one we already know from previous Slam Shop. And for Namur, I have to see who that is. I've already Agile Jammer. I can see 242. That is Lil Hit. She got a little hit and was out of the pack. She has a no pass, no penalty, and therefore is not lead. So lead is still open for the girls for Albany. Excuse me, I still have a cold. The full 5 points for Namur. Woo, a little bit of tumbling there, done by Bat Smash, who I also know from Team Belgium. Strong pushing and pulling there by Slam Chop. And she gets a cutting the track penalty. Power jam in favor of Namur. Catherine Zeta Bones trying some one-on-one action on the jammer, but the offense for Namur is too strong. They've obviously been working on that sweeper motion into out. It was very clear, nicely done, an obvious play. Good offense there by Tinker. And another power jam. And we have a cutting the track penalty for the jammer of Namur. That is unfortunate. So we have our 4th power jam in this game. So that is really quick. She got a yes from the ref. That is Igor Miniak. And she will try to pass. Scoring pass. 2 points. 1 for the jammer in the penalty box. 1 for the blocker that she passed. 2 points scored for Albany. 12 to 200. 29. I am sorry, people. I have difficulty with reading numbers. But everyone has difficulty with something, right? So 12-29 in favor of Namur, the home league here, organizing team. So we have the jammer for Little Hit, trying to use the confusion from when she came from the penalty box to get around. But then there's a penalty for the jammer of Albany. That is 394 Slither Lynn, who plays jammer. And we had another power jam. Don't give it away, girls. So on the jammer line now, on the jammer line, we start with a power start in favor of Namur. We have the Slytherin jammer, the jammer for Albany in the penalty box. Also their pivot, number 10, Dottie Damage in the penalty box. Pat Smash making an early escape. Pat Smash is a player for Team Belgium, in case you were wondering. Nicely passed there. Slytherin going for the links. As you know, it is illegal to hold your link. You will get a multiplayer block if your link is too firm when the jammer challenges it. She will pass. Nicely done by Slytherin. Pushing and pushing until the last person went out of play. Bat Smash. That was really quick by Bat Smash, by the way. I don't think I've ever seen her jam before. She is extremely quick. That's what I can say for now. Maybe that will be... I have some nice people waving at me. And so that was a quick jam. A lot of points were scored, 10-0 for Namur. We have 12 on the board for Albany, 39 on the board for Namur. And we are starting with a full pack now, ready to kick. I shouldn't swear on the track. Little Hit again. No, B-Gaze again. Jammer for Namur. Quickly through. Better off red. Battling the walls for Namur. Namur going for a 3+1 game there, doing strong offense by 393, who is not on my card. Oh yeah, she is grumping up. Grumping up. Start pass there, done by Albany. 69 is having her now. That is, I have some trouble finding them on my late. I should know that. I've seen their last game by Star Striker. She played pivot before. Yeah. So 12-51 for Namur. Namur, as I said before, Namur is a really strong team in the Belgian scene. They are a very nice league. They are the organizing league here today, so they are playing and organizing, which is not something you should underestimate. And we have 939 for Namur taking lead. That is Tinker. She has been jamming before. She shows her blockers what to do. Clear communication. They follow up. And it is impossible for the Albany jammer, Dirty Shirley, to get those points. 4 points scored for Namur. Bat smash back on the jammer line against a slap chop. One blocker in the penalty box for Albany. Nicely passed there by the inside. Bat smash challenging that wall. And slime chop up against all the players from Namur. Passing also on the inside. Just the littlest of holes was found there. Bat smash takes it to the floor, but manages to pass all players. I think Albany scored some points there, yeah. 2 points are granted to Albany for that late call by Bat Smash. Yo, it is. We have in the meantime, we have a full house here looking at roller derby. And some people are playing Twister. That's twisted. Quick lead by B-Gaze, challenging the walls on the inside. And we have number 349 for Slither-Lynn off to the penalty box. Once again, it's her second penalty in this game. Another power jam for Namur. So you have 3 blockers and Catherine Zeta-Bones also there. So 3 blockers, 4 blockers now. Cherry Pop. Is it Cherry Pop? Yes, it is. Quick reform there done by Namur from offense to defense. Quick and agile done by Slither-Lynn, smashing that wall into bits and pieces and leaving nothing in return. But now she's being recycled and has to challenge those walls all on her own. And B-Gaze is also working those balls from Albany. Oh, oh, oh. So no jammer is getting past. A lot of strong defensive work. Another blocker to the penalty box. That is Audrey Knappi for Namur off to the penalty box. B-Gaze passing on her feet. And the jammer for Albany ready to face. Some offensive work there done by Bones or Catherine Zeta-Bones. And body damage hitting the jammer out one last time. But she was already calling it off. Great defensive work there in that last jam. Not to 24 was scored, 14 to 84 done for ready for Namur, so it's in favor of Namur. Still 15 minutes left on the clock for this half. We have Dirty Shirley blocking, jamming her way ferociously, trying on the inside. Cutting the track penalty, unfortunately, and lead goes to 2-4-2 from Namur. That is little hit. We've seen her jam before. Passing on the inside nicely. A nice offensive work there by Pulp Eviction. Pulp Eviction is a very strong offense player. She plays also for Team Belgium, and I like the way she plays. She plays a neat game, and she has a good insight of what gameplay should look like. In the meantime, we have Little Hit passing once again, scoring the 5 points in quick pursuit by Dirty Shirley, who's still on her scoring pass. A little rough on the edges there. A lot of falling and pushing. Challenging those links. Strong push there by Dirty Shirley against Pulp Eviction, and she passes. Nicely done, Dirty Shirley. And they call it off right before she enters the engagement zone and therefore cannot score any points. This jam also goes in favor of Namur. Namur has 14 points scored in that last jam. That brings the points up for 14 to 98 in favor of Namur. They passed the 100 barrier, 102. 18 points scored in that last jam. It was, of course, also a power jam in favor of Namur. Team timeout is called for Albany. It is, I have to say, it's a lot more of a strong team that we see here now than against Amsterdam. A lot more playing together, a lot more passing with the jammers, except for being 2 minutes stuck behind a wall. So I'm really rooting for Albany deep in my heart because, of course, I am also really not choosing a side here. But let's say Albany's in my heart forever now. So a 3+1 tactic done for Namur. We have the pivot there ready in the line of. That is 9-3-4. Tinker playing offense for Bat Smash, who's extremely fast. When she passes through, she does not let go or wait any moment to pass. It's amazing to see what she does. Pushing, and again, accelerating right now. She must have a great condition. What a hit there done by 19, Call of MZ, done against one of the players of Albany. Number 10, Dottie Damage, passed through, and the jam was called off right before she could go into the pack. Another jam in favor of Namur, not to 9-14 against 111. It's the first time these two teams play each other. Well, it's the first time that Albany is in Europe and that they are playing European teams. So we'll see how that goes. Dirty Shirley enjoying some good offense, but not good enough because B-Gaze is already passed and has herself lead status. Dirty Shirley going for the lines, passing nicely on the inside, managing to stay in bounds. B-Gaze passing the pack and calling it off. We should also not forget that Albany is playing with a major jet lag. They must have a major jet lag, so that must be very tough. Can't imagine what that will feel like. Teams getting ready to face off once again. We have Pulp Eviction as a bracer stuck behind the offense, but recycling pretty nicely. Our jammer for Albany, Better Off Red. It is a power jam in favor of Albany, and their blockers played passive offense, but their active offense was kind of shut down because Better Off Red was being recycled by Pulp Eviction, who's doing it again. Powerful player that is. And the jammer for Namur is making the most out of the confusion for when she came out of the penalty box, passing beautifully on the outside line, doing it once again, little swirl. It's almost as if she's skating beauty. In the meantime, we had a star pass for Albany to the pivot Catherine Zeta-Bones, facing those walls for Namur. Right behind Pulp Eviction, who is battling her again. One big hit and little hit passes once again. I thought she was going to call it off, but she doesn't. And leaving Bones, or Catherine Zeta-Bones, to battle against the wall for Namur. Ooh, a bunch of falling people. And we did not have a lead in that one. That's what this was. 5 points scored for Albany, 17 points scored for Namur. We have 19 against 132, all in favor of Namur, who are doing a great job of playing nicely together, playing 3+1 offense and defense. Quick switch between the offense and defense. It's nice to see how this works out for those girls. And we have an official review asked for Namur. I don't know what this is about, because we have, oh no, we have one player in the penalty box for Namur. Ili Willy is in a penalty box, so maybe it's because of her. They want to get her out. Yeah, it's Ili, just Ili, 6699. So Namur is organizing this whole shebang, this great tournament, and they have done a great job. They're a pretty big league. They also have a junior league, if I'm not mistaken. So as I said before, they have 3 players playing for Team Belgium. That is Bigaze, Pulp Eviction, and Bat Smash. They are also obvious players. They are playing a strong game. They are strong players. And it's nice to see that they are playing for our national team in February. So I'm looking forward to that. I'm hoping you're as well. They played their last 3 games, one against London Rockin' Rollers, which they won. Then they won again to the London Roller Girls Battle Sea Power, which they also won. Well, they won pretty nicely with 225 against 112. But they lost their final game against Roller Derby Com, which was pretty close. They had a 37-point differential, which is nothing in Derby, really. So, as I said before, I really like Namur as a league. They are not afraid to organize stuff. Last time I was here, they organized a game for Team Belgium. They always have nice food for the volunteers, so good for that. He was going to say what the official review was about, so you should. No, but he was trying to. Yeah. Yeah, it's gonna come. Yeah, okay. Always come to you. So the official review, I don't think it's one. Bat Smash passing again, nicely done. Close pursuit though by our girl Slam Chop for Albany. Another player in the penalty box for Namur. Quick game. I think that is what they all like. Bat Smash passing on the inside. Scoring that 1 point, Direwolf says, so I believe him. And that was nicely done there by Bat Smash, by the way. And Slam Chop was not it was not possible for her to score that game, to score that gem, but she was in close pursuit, which is also like important because then Bat Smash had to call off the gem. One blocker in the penalty box for Namur. Lead for Slytherin. Bigaze in close pursuit. She's gonna kill it. I see her thinking that, and she calls off the jam. Those are 3 points, my friends. 3 points all the way up to Albany. 0 points scored for Namur. That was nicely done, beautifully done. Most people play better in the evening. I do. 1 player in the penalty box for Namur, a full wall for Albany. Quick lead there for 9-3-4 Tinker. Quick switch from offense to defense by the players from Albany. Better off red, trying to make the most of it. Woo! 2 blockers off the floor for Namur. Oh, high block, I think, for Dirty Shirley. Four points scored for Namur. 1 blocker in the penalty box for Albany. There's a little battle going on for the jammer line. Who's gonna win it? Albany decided it's not worth anything. Bat smash stuck behind that wall from Albany. Ili trying some offense, but it's bat smash who passes on the outside, jumping over some legs to make sure that she's lead. In middle time, Dottie damage, excuse me, has taken off her cover, using that confusion to pass, trying an apex jump, but failing, and therefore she gets a cutting the track penalty with bat smash now. A power jam in favor. Some talking with her coach, who says call it off when you're through, so we get the 5 points, and then we will start with a jammer in the penalty box. That is 22 for Albany and 152 for Namur. I'm hoping some people are watching in Albany, because it must be nice to see their friends play here in Europe for the first time. Nicely done up in blue. So if you're watching, let us know. I'm curious. I want to know. They are doing a great job here, and they're working their ass off for every point they earn. They now have a power jam against, but they are not giving up easily. They're not giving away the points. They want Namur to work for them. Bones trying some offense, but that was Pulp Eviction kicking Dottie damage to the floor, who is trying another apex jump. She's pushing that Namur wall. Some offense by Albany, giving Namur no place to go. Being recycled to the back. Bigues scoring the 5 points. And Dottie damage is through. Number 10 for Albany passed. Bigues on the outside. And she calls off right before Dottie damage enters the pack, so that she does not score any points. So the point differential climbs up into like a steep climb. There are some children here playing down. I can hear them very loudly. Can you? For the rest, it's pretty quiet here. People are kind of chill, cheering on everyone, really. Quick and easy. That's what Little Hit is all about. She's called Little Hit, but she tries to avoid those hits, big or small. In the meantime, the jammer for Albany is challenging the walls for Namur. Better off red. Some falling over on the inside. Nice. Some nice passive offense there by Albany, making sure that Namur has to go outside. Four points scored for Namur, 4 points extra. 22 versus 177. Shirley, Dirty Shirley getting lead, calling it off right before bat smash passes her. So bat smash had to channel, had to play her to make sure that she had to call off the jam. Bat smash is very good in that acceleration right after she comes out of the pack. So it's nice to see that that also worked against the jammer for Albany. An empty penalty box is what I like to see. We have Slam Chop playing for Albany as a jammer, taking lead. B-Gaze stuck behind the wall for Albany. And beautiful offense there done by Albany. Getting a goat. As you can see, they push onto the floor. They got her behind their wall. She could not pass. Their jammer passed on the outside, which made it that 1 point easy to grasp. They got 2 points in total, which is great. And they ended up with a 24 for this jam. 1 minute and a half for this half. It's going to be in favor of Namur. But Albany is not giving it away. Dirty Shirley in close pursuit, but right on the outside, we have 9-3-4 Tinker managing to pass and get lead. Dirty Shirley battling that wall. Tinker being recycled by Albany. Star Striker is pushing her out, making sure that was an interesting tactic there by the girls from Albany. 3-9-4 was Slither Lynn was all the way back, holding the jammer, making sure she could not pass. Tinker hitting herself in the face, because why not? Star Striker off to the penalty box. We'll see what happens in the second half. We have one blocker in the box for Albany. That is Striker. Star Striker, yeah, Star Striker. And on the jammer line, we have a very agile B-Gaze. And we have number 10, Dotty Damage, playing, being hit out and recycled by Pulp Eviction. B-Gaze taking the edge. Dotty Damage. Pushed out on the outside. And I'm sorry, I was a bit startled. I don't know why. And she is pushing her way past, giving that that wall of Namur something to work for. B-Gaze again in the pack, pushing her way past all those blockers from Albany, and then calling it off right before Dade Damage enters the pack. We are looking at 24 for Albany and 200. The 200 barrier passed for Namur. On the jammer line, we have Dirty Shirley and Tinker. No, is that Tinker? I don't know if that's Tinker, but it's definitely Dirty Shirley. So we have her to look forward to. And strong offense move there by the sometimes other jammer Tinker, and it is Lil Hit who takes the lead. Dirty Shirley is taking off her cover, and she is getting some offense by Frizzle. Dirty Shirley passed, but gets a cutting the track penalty and is sent to the penalty box. That means that 2-4-2, Lil Hit gets a power jam in favor. Strong offense there done by Namur, sweeping and clearing the in from in to out altogether. We've seen this in many a playbook, but people, that's how you should do it. 10 points on the board for Namur. A lot of communication is going on. The pivot line is taken. Yeah, not so long ago, and it's a power start for Bat Smash, who has a bit of a difficulty. Her own jam blockers are kind of in her way to push her through. She's being hit from side to side, trying, and she's lead. Cherry Pop tried to push her to the floor, but she fell herself. Dirty Shirley in that wall of Namur. Illy trying to get a back walk from that. Bat Smash looking at her coach of when to call it off. Sometimes it's more interesting to wait until the jammer is almost back in the pack, so you can tire him out. In order to get the full advantage, especially when you're in front, when you have more points than the others. It's sometimes very interesting to do that. We have 24 for Albany, 214 for Namur. Namur is again choosing the 3+1 strategy with the pivot as the offense, but Star Striker is not taking that lightly. Frizzle off to the penalty box. Kennering's at the Bones off to the penalty box. Slitherlin has taken off her cover, but she has no pivot to give it to. And in the meantime, Namur, the Namur jammer is passing by B-Gaze. The Albany jammer on her initial pass still pushing the wall from in to out. Some nice offensive work there by Frizzle. And she's through. B-Gaze entering the engagement zone, getting nice offensive work there by Pulp Eviction, who then makes sure that her team can score the 2 points. One for the blocker, she passed, one for the blocker in the penalty box. And so we have a 4-wall starting for Namur. We have a 3-wall starting for Albany. There was a little bit of a struggle there for the jammer line, but in the end, they just decided to take the pivot Now, bunch of confusion. Official timeout. Yeah, it is. It's probably something to do with the points. Yeah. They had 2, I think. Okay. No, they had 1. Well, if it's not me, then it's someone else who said it. So, official review is over. Thank God for that. So, everybody ready? We already saw that Slam Chop was ready for action. Oh, now going for the jammer, hitting her once. The floor is extremely slippery here, people, so it's very important to use the right wheels. A lot of people are falling over, which might be normal for Derby, but I think it's more than usual. And Slam Chop is through. Lead goes to Namur. We have 9-3 for Tinker being recycled and then calling it off. Almost slamming in to Dire Wolf. 2 points scored, 3 points scored for Namur. Very nice work there. Also, very nice work for Albany, who makes sure that they hit the jammer out and then recycled her back, so she could not score any more points than the 3 she already had, and making her call it off. So we have its official review for we have an official review for Namur. I am very curious on how this goes. We see the captain and the coaches going in to explain what they think went wrong, and then the refs will go into consideration on whether this is good or false. And for me, this is a great moment because it gives me time to talk about the sponsors. We have quite a few here tonight, people. We have Sucker Punch Skate Shop. They are not only a sponsor, but they're here as well as a shop, and they are sponsoring this first edition of Skate Around. If you're ever in Ghent, look them up and visit their shop, or check online for great stuff, suckerpunchskateshop.com. Rydell Skates is also attending the tournament, and we're happy to have them. They've been in the skate business for 70 years, so they know what they're talking about, and find out more about all their skates on rydellskates.com. Quad Roller Skate Shop is Europeans' original skate shop, one of the first, and sponsors many European derby events like the one in Barcelona, and I forgot the name. I'm sorry. And find out more about their products and their shop at quadrollerskateshop.com. The derby shop is Amsterdam's first brick-and-mortar derby shop, because roller derby saves your soul but wrecks all your gear. And not only wrecks, but makes them smell really, really bad. And so check them out at thederbyshop.com. We all know you can use some new ones. Derby Addict have helped produce the great Skate Around shirts. They'll be launching a big promo on their website at derbyaddict.com this weekend. So use the code SkateAround 2017 and get 15% off your online purchases. That is derbyaddict.com for all your nice derby shirts. You can easily wear these to work. They are. I have a sweater from Derby Addict, and I wear it to work because it's fucking awesome. No, I should not swear. It's amazing. Belighted have provided the great shirts for our NSOs this weekend. You can see them walking all around. I'm going to listen for the official review. High block, and it will stand. So there was a high block called, and it will stand. So 2 blockers in penalty box for Namur, which means that we have Albany starting with a full wall, and Namur starting with a 2 wall. They choose for 3 against 1 with some strong offensive work. It's better off red against Bat Smash. And Bat Smash has lead. And then she does her her thing where she accelerates right in the end. Two players back on the track for Namur. That is 393 and 242. Would they do that on purpose? Those numbers? I don't know. It's funny though. Yeah, it is. Everybody's ready for that next jam. We have an empty penalty box, so we have a full house on the track today. We have 4 blockers each, and a full offense by Ili on the wall of Albany. 4 big gays, who then chucked around the outside. In the meantime, Dirty Shirley has been recycled to the back, but she also gets a lot of offense from her team, and she pushes through on the inside. And nice work there by number 8, Dizzy Deviant, where she pushes the jammer, holds the jammer so that he does not, or she does not feel inclined to push any further. She thinks, nah, this is fine. I'll just take the 1 or the 2. And but it's 7-0 for that last jam. Great work there by the Albany blockers to make her call off the jam. So the little hit was being recycled to the back, and we have the jammer for Albany also stuck in the pack. That is Slither Lynn. I wonder what house in Harry Potter she's in, or is it obvious? I'm sorry. And Albany is scoring points. The full 2 points. Slither Lynn is giving herself a nice chug back. Yeah, that's right. You earned it. 2-4 for that last jam. Bit of a late call for Namur, but sometimes that happens when things get confusing. Dirty Shirley against Bat Smash on the jammer line. Dirty Shirley being recycled back, giving her no space on the inside whatsoever. Tinker will try to do some offense. It's fine, says Bat Smash. I'll just push them all to the floor. That's what I do. Nice juking there in the end, passing all the blockers. In the meantime, Dirty Shirley has taken off her cover, and she will try to pass it on, which is not necessary because she passes through. When she takes off the helmet cover, it's almost like she doesn't have to try at all. Bat Smash calls off the jam before Dirty Shirley can score any points. It's nice to see that Amsterdam, who played Albany before, is now rooting for them. They are really showing them a lot of love, and they are giving them encouragement all the way from the sideline. It's really nice to see that Derby love, no matter how big or small you are, you will get it here. So the lead goes to B Gaze. In the meantime, Dottie Damage is battling. Nice offensive work there done by Bones, I think. Yes, by Catherine Zeta Bones, who managed to hold the blockers so they could not recycle her jammer. And Dottie Damage passes through right in the end. Did not score any points, but she did manage to get through. So 26 to 235, no, 253 for Namur Roller Girls. think about this. This is all WFTDA sanctioned. So we'll see what happens in the sanctioning. We have Slytherin battling Tinker. Tinker has taken the lead here. And Slytherin battling the last blocker who tried to push her out, but Slytherin was all like, nah. And she stayed in bounds, managing to pass by. And before this goes to an interruption, she did manage to score 1 point. No points are given. Direwolf has taken the talking to the outside pack ref because he could not see correctly whether this was or wasn't a point. The outside pack ref did tell him that this was not a point, and therefore not to 2 for Namur. Bat smash battling. I know this one. Better off red on the jammer line. Bat smash making sure that the jammer is stuck behind her wall and then pushing so strongly and then passing on the inside. In the meantime, Big Red, Better Off Red is oh, so much confusion. 2 blockers in the box. 2 blockers with an extra penalty. Still on track. So it's a bit confusing. No one knows what is going on. In the meantime, Better Off Red manages to score those points. Managing to get through. Namur has so many penalties flying around that Lord knows who's doing the right thing now. And Better Off Red is making the most of it, passing them once again, scoring the 5 points. It's 9-5. I'm guessing Albany's gonna win this jam. Oh, being recycled to the back. Bat smash is stuck, really stuck behind that wall of Albany, who don't give her a little bit, an inch of space. I don't know what an inch is, but it's what they say in America. That was so nice. 10-9 points for Albany. 36 to 264. Beautiful score there. A little bit of talk. I see Doppler, who is the coach for Namur, standing in the middle, seeing what penalties that all were. Those were a lot of penalties, people. So it was, I think, and everybody's confused. Even the refs are confused. Heck, even I am confused. Nah, I'm not. So it's an official review now to make sure that all those penalties are correctly put. And if I'm seeing this correctly, the ref is going to ask what penalty the girl has got. A 3-6-3 for Grumpy Nub is was saying, well, I think I got a forearms penalty. And then the ref was like, I don't know if you got a forearms penalty. So she got out. It's fine. As they say in French, out of the prison. It's jail in French. Or penalty box in French. So, nope. And I said, she doesn't have to go to the penalty box. But then, she did have to go to the penalty box. So, confusement all around. Not just me, but also you and other people. Refs and players and everyone. Thank God for official reviews that we can all clear this out. Because, Lord, it's confusing. We have 2 blockers in the penalty box. 2 are the pivots. It's Namur, a blocker, 3-9-3, Grumpy Nup in the box, and Dirty Shirley for Albany. So the Jammers are battling the 3 walls. Nice defensive work there. Too bad they went out of play, and 2 blockers had to go to the penalty box for that. In the meantime, Slytherin is pushing and pushing her way past. But B-Gaze, everyone is a little bit confused about B-Gaze, what's going on. And so she passes pretty easily. Slytherin off to the penalty box. This means a power jam for Namur. Slytherin is getting a forearms penalty for those who are confused. Dirty Shirley back on track. And B-Gaze calling it off. This means we'll start with a full wall for Albany, but no jammer. So the jammer is in the penalty box. There will be 3 blockers on the track for Namur because there is one of them in the penalty box. And a little bit confusion there by the pivot line. Are we going to do the pivot line or aren't we going to do the pivot line? So Little Hit did a beautiful jump there on the inside line, passing all those blockers from Albany. They are pushed and pushed, but Little Hit is Slytherin. Nice job there, passing with the help of her teammates. She's going to go. And Little Hit tries to pass one more in the meantime while she is wrapped around the blocker of the other team, scoring that 1 more point. 7-0 for Namur at the last jam. One blocker in the penalty box for Namur. We have Dirty Shirley back on the jammer line against B-Gaze. Ooh, Dirty Shirley says, "Not with me." Oh. Cutting the track penalty, 1 toe stop out. She was looking at the gem ref to make sure, but the gem was already there. In the meantime, this is a power jam for Namur with B-Gaze as their jammer. So we need some really nice and smooth offense, as we have seen before from Namur. And it's different. Ooh, nice job there by 03 Knappy, hitting that cherry pop to the floor. B-Gaze goes around. Dirty Shirley on her initial pass. That's a forearm penalty. Yes, it is. 3-9-3 getting a forearm penalty. Even I could see that from here. That was not nice. Oh! Back off. Knappy did some really nice job. They're getting that Dirty Shirley right at the end out of the track. And but she keeps on fighting. I really like her fighting spirit. She does not give up. And then look what happens. She passes right over that 1 foot. You gotta give it to those girls from Albany. They don't give up. I'm going to get myself a drink. So 36 to 309, we have Namur passing the 300 barrier. That is a nice job done by them. We have Tinker jamming, battling all the blockers from Albany one by one, pushing them out of play, and then they have no place to go. In the meantime, we have better off Red battling the wall for Namur, but also not giving up, not trying to give her an inch of playtime. Oof. Cutting the track penalty for number 8 from Albany. Better off Red has taken off her cover, given it to Catherine Zeta-Bones, who passes pretty easily after that. She puts the jam cover on, and Tinker is looking at her coach. What should I do? What should I do? We'll see what happens. Right before that, she calls it off. And she's on the floor. Well, that is... We'll see what happens next. Just give her a little moment to go out, and then I'll talk about our sponsors some more, because I had already started with that. Oh, but she's off. She came off the track. She looks fine. That's good. So we have an official review. So that gives me still time to talk about our sponsors. And I had already talked to you about Derby Addict and how you can wear those clothes to work, which is not always the case with Derby-related shit. Oh, not swearing. Derby-related stuff. And so we have Belighted here as well. They have provided the great shirts for the NSOs this weekend. You can see them there, showing off their great skills as the official review continues. I'm not sure what this is about. Maybe the 1 point, maybe there was a low block, maybe not. We'll see what happens. Bertichon are providing nice local beer this weekend, which is not nice for you listening on the live stream, but it's nice for us, you know, being here. We like local beer, so. Bertichon, big shout out to you. Asinapolis is a cinema theater down the street in Jombe, Belgium. They have contributed to making this tournament a reality. So thank you, Asinapolis. Skate Around would also like to thank Province of Namur and the Floref Sport Centre for their investment and trust they put into this tournament. Thank you. That is appreciated. We also have a lot of things going on here. We have a raffle, we have merch. I know this doesn't really count for people listening at home, but it's nice to mention them. In 5:30, we will have quads versus Windsor. That is the French team against the team from the UK. We have at 7:30, we have Game 6. That is Amsterdam versus Namur. It's a game I'm really looking forward to. It's a game with my home league, Antwerp. We play a couple of times, both of those teams. And I'm really looking forward to see what happens when they actually face each other. Also, Quads and Windsor, I've already seen them play. I think they might be good competitors. So I am looking forward to that game. We'll see what happens. I'm a bit unsure on how this will work out. Official review is over. It's an official review as requested by the officials themselves. We have Slytherin facing the Namur wall. Batsmash doing some extra blocking on the side. And she gets a penalty, a forearms penalty for it. So it's a power jam for Albany, who tries some passive offense, getting it out of play. And a penalty for the pivot of Namur. Another full penalty box, and Slytherin is going to get those points. Passing on the outside against Knappi. A full recycled wall there by Namur. Nice work by Pulp Eviction. But Slytherin is not giving up, and she's also getting some really nice offense. There they go to number 13, and they are not giving up. Batsmash is back on track, and Albany has been quick in noticing that. Slytherin, in the meantime, is battling that Namur wall. Number 8 is giving her some great offense from the outside. She's passing. Bat smash into the wall of Albany, and it's called off. 4 points for Albany, and 2 points for Namur. Brings our total score to 41 against 320. I'm gonna set a goal. And the goal is 50 points for Albany. I would like that. That would be great. We have 7 minutes and 24 seconds to do that. In the meantime, we have another official review. This time, it is requested by Albany. So you can see their captain and their coach, and also the coach for Namur in the middle, talking to the refs, explaining a little. We have an empty penalty box, so I'm not sure what this will be for. What this will be. I can't really tell. But the official reviews are almost done for this game. We still have 7.5 minutes to go. 41 for Albany, 320 for the Namur Roller Girls, who you should follow on Facebook, because they are organizing this nice, good tournament, an international tournament on Belgian soil. I can only say that is really, really good. The Namur Roller Girls have been they're a very young league. They're only 6 years old, and they joined the WFTDA apprentice program in January 2014, and they became a full membership of WFTDA in 2017. That's only this year, people. And we have a dance-off. Nice. Girls from Albany are shaking their butts on. You know, they're having a great time. I like that they like it here in Europe, because I like them being here. So, give it your best. That's right. Dottie Damage knows how to dance. Official review explained to everyone. It's I can't really tell. Normally I can tell a little on the gestures that's been happening, but I really cannot tell this time. Seems like a holding kind of hands situation. We'll see what, so, yeah, okay. The coach from Albany is going back to his bench. And he explains what happens to his team. We'll hear what happens next. I'm going to take off my earring and hear. Yeah. Well, it was a question for Albany against the jammer for Namur. I don't know what the question was really about, because it's pretty difficult to hear, but the official review does not stand, so therefore they have lost their official review. B-Gaze, in the meantime, has taken the lead position in this jam. She is battling Slam Chop, and she passes through as well. In the meantime, B-Gaze is has passed her scoring pass. So, and her coach gives her the sign, call it off, and then she calls it off. It's nice to see that if the coach tells them to do something, they do it. So, it's nice to see that there is still some reason to listen in this world. All right, and as you can see, like we saw with the game against Amsterdam, the girls from Albany are really making friends on the jammer line again with the girls from Namur. But when the whistle blows, it's battle against battle, skin against skin, heart against heart. It is our girl Lil Hit, who has a bit of a struggle there to pass the wall for Albany, but she picks up lead anyway. And Dirty Shirley has been recycled back by Pulp Eviction, takes off her cover, and we'll see what happens next. In the meantime, Tinker has already passed her scoring pass, her first scoring pass, scoring the 5 points. And Dirty Shirley is a bit stuck behind what seems a lot of clutter, but Namur manages to kick her out. Bat smash going for, I want to be the last girl on the track. And then Dirty Shirley stepping in behind her. And a successful start pass, but that Pulp Eviction sure is quick. She saw, before I even saw it, that start pass to Catherine Zeta-Bones. And she held her tightly. And therefore, the Namur jammer had to call it off after that great start pass that was almost invisible for all of us. And we are looking at a 41 for Albany, 338, wow. 338 for Namur. On the jammer line now, better off red. And Bat Smash, we've seen this battle before. Bat Smash is, and then she's through, and then she does that crazy acceleration thing where she's like, I'm baffled. Better off red, close pursuit, but Bat Smash tries to take all of those points. And she calls it off. Oh, I'm sorry. There's another microphone here. Oh, I'm making so much noise. Yeah, I am. So we have looking at a exact 300 point differential between those two teams. Namur scored 3 points in that last jam. And Albany scored not. Nice! Beautiful footwork. On the outside line, we have our number 10 scoring the lead jammer, passing all of those players and pulling through. Nicely done there. Scoring the 4 points, Dottie damage, getting leads. Yes. She she tried an apex jump, but failed. And then smilingly called it off. That's what I like. Dottie damage, great work. That is her second time lead, I think, in this game. So, and again, we are looking at a beautiful, I like when numbers do this, when they are perfectly in sync. So you have 45 for Albany, 345 for Namur. It's so easy to count then. And we have 1647 Punky Rooster jamming for the first time. I haven't seen her jamming today, so I'm wondering what that's all about. We have the two girls from Namur recycling Slither-Lynn, who has already taken off her cover, but there is no lead yet called. So I'm wondering what the tactic is behind that. Maybe she thinks there was lead at all? I don't know. Great work there by Punky Rooster. She did manage to give herself lead, to call lead. And then we have 3-9-4 Tinker. 3-9-4 Slither-Lynn. Jimmy. They have the same number, so it kind of confuses me. Yeah. A lot of things confuse me. I've been slinging on a lot today. I am sorry. Oof. The next team is gathering up here down below. The quads are looking nice in their red uniforms. No. Yes. They call themselves Boucherie de Paris. That's very, very... Boucherie, that's like a butcher shop. That's tough. They will be playing Windsor next. In the meantime, Batsmash has the lead, but she loses her lead because she is... she loses her lead because she gets a forearms penalty. Dirty Shirley, oh my God. Dirty Shirley has to fend for herself. Catherine Zeta-Bones has, in the meantime, left the track to go to the penalty box. Nice work there by Knappy. Who recycled Dirty Shirley a bunch of way back. This is Batsmash on her scoring pass because she has already done her initial pass and she made her penalty in her scoring pass. So she is now 4 points for, and Dirty Shirley, nice work there. She is being challenged by number 100 Guillotine and her teammates, who I cannot read the number by, number 13, that is O'Gara. Recycled back. Batsmash doing some quick communication with her wall on how to do offense. And there is a blocking out of bounds penalty for 1-9. That is slam chop. Dirty Shirley did that last jam. It was a knot against 14 for that last jam. Sadly, Albany did not pass the 50 barrier, but they did pull through and they had an amazingly strong game. They did not give it up and they did not give it out of hands. The last game did not break their spirits, which is nice to see because I was kind of afraid it would. But it's good to see that those girls are here not to shake it off, but here to leave with an imprint and an impression. So the final score for this game is 45 against 363 in favor of Namur Roller Girls. At 5:30, we will be here again with quads against Windsor. See you there.